Okay, so what's up everybody? I'm back for another video, and today I was able to finally complete Heroic 3 of This Is Magic, giving me enough galactic orbs to upgrade my DC Universe Superman's star rating, and I've had his shards up enough to get him to 2 stars ascended for quite a while, and I've finally been able to use them. I do want to talk about upcoming videos that I am hoping to make and upcoming events in the game. Now, as you watched this Raiden Scorpion team, I do want to let y'all know that as far as I have heard from my Discord servers, the next solo raids are going to be Dawn of Apocalypse, The Last Contract, and Taste of Evil. This is coming from my League's Discord, and the leak coming from Mr. Moon himself. Yes, we all know who Mr. Moon is, and we all know what he was recently going through. Now, I do want to make this clear, is that I am very, very excited for next season. This means that I'm going to be getting Knife, and I'm very, very excited for that. Now, it is kind of upsetting that I'm not going to get Beta Club next season, but I'm sure that that's going to be the season after this upcoming season. I do want to note that I am going to be making a few videos on the Supergirl character whenever I get her in 2 days. I am unbelievably excited for that and genuinely cannot wait to make a video on it. I have seen a lot on the character, and it is apparent to me that she is not better than DC Universe Superman, but she is not worse than DC Universe Superman. Basically, what that means is DC Universe Superman is more versatile, as in a lot easier to play, a lot safer to play, and can completely deflect all immunities and really doesn't have to worry about much in the way of what bosses he can fight. But DC Universe Supergirl has more damage more damage input, so she's doing a lot more damage than DC Universe Superman, but at a lot higher risk. So they're more or less balanced in the way of how good they are, because one of them does more damage but is less safe to use, and one of them does less damage but is more safe to use. I do want to say that I'm going to be making a gameplay video simply for DC Universe Supergirl and just for DC Universe Supergirl. Probably not going to do any other characters in that video, but I also want to do a comparison video between her and DC Universe Superman. But of course, as this season goes along, I am going to be trying to build her to the best of my abilities before making insane videos about it. And I also want to learn the character and get a good feel for her before I decide to make content about her, because I want to make the best content to my ability, and with that comes a lot of practice, especially because of the character. Also, it gives me time to wait for me to unlock Fahrenheit, which I don't think I will be doing anytime soon. To be honest, it's probably going to be half a month to an entire month from now that I will be unlocking it. Another thing I want to note is that next season, Dawn of Apocalypse will be my last normal mode raid, so I will be in all heroics, and I am getting very close to just deciding to get passive stats for every raid, because what I'm thinking I should do is I should unlock Fahrenheit, unlock Beta Club, maybe unlock Twin Blade, but the problem with that is that Twin Blade is coming next season, and so I'm not really gonna have enough keys to unlock it, and I really don't want to bother trying to unlock something that just gets completely outshined by other artifacts. What I will say is that I want to get passive stats for every raid, at least one passive stat artifact, and upgrade it to level 10 so that I can not have to struggle completely and utterly without passive stats in almost every raid, because I only have a few raids with passive stats. I do want to say that lately I have been veering off from the game a bit, simply because it's been getting repetitive. Although, to be honest, that's expected with any mobile game, and I've played many mobile games before this one, and low-key, I got burned out. But this game is different. This game I really enjoy playing, and I really enjoy making content on it, because it is very fascinating to watch how the work that I put in goes into actually doing something rather than just a bunch of the other games that I've played where all of my work just goes into sitting there looking pretty, and half the time isn't even possible to complete because they decide to make their games impossible to complete. I know I'm not really talking about the gameplay, but these aren't really the teams that are important for this video. I really just wanted to make some filler teams, and also because this is the first time in a few days that I've actually been able to use a few of these teams, because I've been playing Last Contract because I wanted to save keys, but as far as I know, and as far as it is looking right now, I'm only going to be able to save an extra 4 keys for next season. Well, on top of my regular, storage. So I'll have a total of 9 keys next season to spend on the Fahrenheit Vault, which means I should be able to get 2, I should be able to get to Vault 3 pretty quickly, and hopefully I can get it to level 7 or 8, depending on how much I decide to do this raid. But since I'm not having to do a bunch of normal mode raids, I will be able to put a lot more attention into Dawn of Apocalypse, because I've already completed the normal mode on all other raids. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to just play Dawn of Apocalypse, only play Dawn of Apocalypse, and not really worry much about the other raids. Once I get Fahrenheit, I will be making a video on that as well, as expected. I'm working on trying to upgrade a few of my other characters, such as my Flawed Justice team, as well as my my Batman Ninja team, but as far as that goes, that is going to take a while because I am just waiting on shards to be donated, and honestly, it's just going to build up in the background while I spend most of my resources on DC Universe Supergirl. In my next video, which will probably be my DC Universe Supergirl gameplay video, I will show you the build that I have made for her so far, which honestly is pretty decent. I've already maxed out her crit damage and her crit chance, and I'm almost maxed out her fast attack chance, and I've half maxed her defense as well. I do want to completely max her out as far as her gears go, but that will take some time because I don't exactly get the most gear mats from my solar raids. I'm getting about maybe 400,000 per raid that I do, which does sound like a lot, but that's like one level 80 gear, and that's per raid, so it takes me 4 days to get one, and I'm really just, it's realistically just not gonna happen in time. I am nearing getting my second level 75 gear for her, because the way I wanted to do it was get all of her gears to level 40 and then get her crit chance, her defense, and her attack gears all to level 75, and then get the other two to level 60 so I can unlock her art, but most importantly max out her stats with the 3 level 75 gears. This fight right here is the first of the 2 DC Universe Superman fights that I wanted to do. Now, I wish I had a higher health boss right now to test Sharp Tongue and Superman with, because he's just doing an insane amount of damage, and I really am enjoying the Sharp Tongue with DC Universe Superman combo. It's a lot of damage and it's very satisfying to watch. I really didn't have the best of times fighting this boss because he has a very annoying very annoying AI, and he's not particularly easy to combo interrupt with half of my characters. I ended up skipping out on like 2 different fights because I simply just could not combo interrupt, and so I wasn't able to stack everything and get my damage going fast enough. Those 2 fights being DC Universe Lex Luthor and my Flawed Justice team, which is sad because I really enjoy those 2 teams, but it's okay. They'll get there eventually. Yeah, honestly, there's not much to watch here. All you're gonna see is DC Universe Superman just blow up this guy's health. And so that sparked my curiosity as to how far could I push him into being, you know, like, less of a threat. And what I did was I put some metal armor on him with a puppet, level 7 puppet for passive stats on Dr. Fate, just so I could get some passive stats and some more health and damage. So there's not much really going into it other than passive stats and less power that it takes to do specials. So I really wanted to see just how far I could push it without him like being able to one-shot. Now for me, since I don't have Fahrenheit yet, I cannot 1v1 without passive stats, especially since this isn't even a 2 billion health boss. This is just a almost 2.5 million or 250 million health boss. And it's really not that difficult to one-shot, but when you're limited on what you're putting on your character, that's where it gets tricky. I did kind of mess up there. I didn't really want to keep power draining, but then I decided to just go with it because I like to get his super move out of the way so that I don't have to worry about it. But see, that didn't really go as planned this round. I already have him below half health, and see, I decide to do my special 3 tank super move, which literally didn't do any damage, by the way. It did like 20 damage, which is hilarious. But then you just have Superman being Superman and doing an insane amount of damage. I was seeing values for around 730 to 400,000 damage, and it was just going up and up and up because of the damage buff stacking, which now stacks by 5 per second because of the upgrade. So for this last clip, I wanted to just make sure I wanted to do a real quick roster review. Now, I did slow this part down a little bit to give me a little bit of extra time, so it will be a while. I really did enjoy making this video, and I really did enjoy making these fights, and I really did enjoy yapping to y'all about the game. I'm really excited to upgrade a bunch of these characters, and it's going to happen soon. Just not soon enough, as in it's going to be a few months before I can upgrade a bunch of these characters. So as it stands, I'm at almost 11.5
So
million
I hope y'all
threat,
enjoyed this video, and I'm hoping to see y'all in the next one.
gonna keep
Please
increasing.
don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on what you think I should do next. Peace out.